Hello there, Gemini. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Becca, for those of you who are brand new. So, first of all, I'd like to say thank you all for the loves, likes, and support. I can't do it without you, and I do truly appreciate it. Second, I hope that you are all staying safe, relatively sane during this time. First off, I'm going to start your reading with the White Light Oracle deck. These cards and the messages can be kind of long, so if you want to just fast forward to the actual tarot reading, please feel free. So, what is the message? Thank you. For my Geminis, you got number 27, which breaks down to a 9, Aurora of Gamma. See it? Right there. Nines are all about the end, so a cycle may be closing. It is time to let go of what has been. You are swiftly outgrowing your past. Explore and commit to a spiritual practice that supports your personal transformation so that you can cross the threshold before you now. Embrace your freedom to be creative in your approach rather than doggedly committing yourself to your previous ideas or plans. You have the spiritual intelligence necessary to evolve. Continue your healing journey with trust that a positive outcome is imminent. Aurora is the Roman goddess of the dawn, the bringer of light and initiatrix of a new cycle or chapter in your life. She is the luminous dispeller of darkness, the flickering flame of hope in the heart that can burn into such a radiant holy fire that even the greatest challenges do not cause the soul to turn away in fear. Her presence in a reading signifies a fresh start and the overcoming of an old cycle. Gamma waves are high frequency, typically 40 Hz in humans, but extending to higher levels with hypergamma oscillating around 100 Hz. Associated with spiritual insight and clarity, pure vision, and breakthrough awareness, the gamma state is associated with high-level processing that leads to integration and evolution. With the gamma frequency, we transform knowledge into wisdom through application. We tap into our ability to integrate information, and in doing so, are truly healed and transformed. As the world around us becomes increasingly complex, the capacity for superior processing is swiftly becoming necessary for the spiritual, emotional, psychological, and even physical well-being of humanity. There is a strong link between spiritual practices such as meditation and the production of gamma waves. When we experience a heightened state of spiritual awareness, an expansive sense of being, or a powerful connection with the universe or spirit, our brain is in gamma mode. Shifting our gray matter gears into gamma waves can facilitate the breaking up of stagnant modes of thinking and behaving. This is the sacred frequency of evolution. Humans who are stuck in patterns repeat the same stories, the same words, and the same thoughts over and over, as though on a repeated loop. The soul can begin to wither within such constriction. What is needed is something new and increasingly alive, such as the life-stimulating grace of encounters with the unfamiliar. Connection to gamma waves can enhance our capacity to embrace the unfamiliar, and through that openness of being, constructive adaptation is enhanced. Our way of being becomes more fluid, responsive, and creative. We engage with our experiences and grow positively through how we respond to what is happening. Aurora of Gamma indicates a shift into a new cycle, but also the growing presence of the light within, which is the creative light of spirit. Turning into that light opens up options for living soulfully, away from the grip of ignorance, no longer constantly ensnared by the compelling but ultimately fraudulent conjurations of ego. Her new era is an inner transformation with positive external consequences. trusting what your inner light is manifesting in your heart and in our world. Beautiful. Okay, let's get into your reading, shall we? Thank you. In the recent past, we have the Five of Swords. So this is a mental or verbal conflict. Ooh. The present situation, we have the Devil. There is fear itself. What is the blockage? The Ace of Wands. What is the message from Spirit? Temperance. What is the potential outcome? The Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so bottom of the deck we have the Queen of Swords. That is you. Nope, that is Libra. Sorry, could be you though. So the Queen of Swords, right? She very intelligent, communicates incredibly clearly, has all of the information that she needs to move forward. She is clear-cut and diligent. Not necessarily what you would consider the most fun queen, right? But, sorry, I just heard in my head, I'll cut a bitch. But the idea behind the Queen of Swords is knowing when you need to defend yourself, who you need to defend yourself from, and being emotionless when it comes to cutting those cords. So there is something here that says you know exactly what you need to do for the highest possible outcome. There is this mental conflict. You are currently facing a situation that maybe you feel bonded to. It's toxic, you know it. There's some fear here. What's blocking you is taking that first initial action, almost being fed up is what I'm getting with this Ace of Wands. This is also seeing your own self-worth. Your message from Spirit is temperance, and this is healing, this is balance, this is, you know, everything takes time, and this is patience. And the outcome is the Wheel of Fortune. So you have 3 major arcana out of 5 cards. So let's look at this Five of Swords. Please clarify the Five of Swords. Please clarify the Five of Swords. We have the Three of Swords, the Judgment card, the Seven of Wands, and the Four of Wands. So it's almost like there's a heartache that you're fighting with that keeps coming back, that you're holding on to. This actually feels like a lack of self-forgiveness, like you can't forgive yourself for whatever this extreme measure was. Let's look at the Devil. Please clarify the Devil. The Two of Swords, the Emperor in reverse, and Two of Wands. Okay, so there's a humbling here that is happening, a drop in defenses so that a decision can be made. Now it's going to take an extremely the bottom of the deck, we have the Princess of Wands. This message is not good news, right? But it is the news you need to hear in order for you to make the choice and take the action. Let's look at the Ace of Wands. We have the Lovers, the Seven of Cups in reverse, and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. The bottom of the deck, we have the World card. So there is a need to close this cycle and move on, right? There's an illusion here that needs to be let go of. Like we're talking about like a conscious decision to let go of this. And this has everything to do with divine timing. Could actually have to do with money or travel, being able to physically move to something. But there is a decision to let go of illusion and take that first step, like recognizing this as an illusion. There is almost too much fire in this situation. I actually only see cups in the Temperance card. So the other Cups card is the Seven of Cups and it's in reverse. So keep in mind that there is a need to deal with some emotions here. Please clarify the Temperance card. What is the message from Spirit? There's victory in letting go of this foundation or marriage. And that this is going to take time to see. Bottom of the deck, we have the Princess of Cups again. It's going to take time to see how this is building you emotionally. There's a real need here to see why this didn't work. To look at why it didn't work. What was the missing elements? Right? Please clarify the Wheel of Fortune. Like, get to the real root. Please clarify the Wheel of Fortune. My theory on karma, since we're talking about the Wheel of Fortune. My theory on karma is that it is old, stuck energy that keeps coming back to be resolved. The Wheel of Fortune, we have the Five of Cups and the King of Wands in reverse. In the upright. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So you could be dealing with a fire sign, Leo in particular. So there is some grief that needs to be dealt with, illuminated. This may be you, this could be with someone else, but there's an action that actually needs to be taken towards it, and it will bring you so much freedom and so much happiness, and unblock whatever manifestation issues that you're having. Now there's something here that you see it very clearly. There's a transformation that needs to take place. But that transformation is going to move you forward leaps and bounds. Okay, so I'm going to pull a mystical shaman card. This is the final message for my amazing Geminis. What is the final message for my Geminis? We have the rattle, number 43. And we'll pull an Eloquy card. Understand that you're transformation is difficult. It's always difficult. And we're always constantly transforming. I just realized that the 6 of Wands plus the 4 of Wands equals the 10 of Wands. So there's a need here to recognize your own burdens. We have Nemesis, she who avenges, revenge, outcomes, justice. We will start with the Shaman card. The rattle is the spirit caller, carrying the shaman's prayer to the 4 directions. The body of the rattle is like the earth spinning on its axis. With the aid of the rattle, the medicine woman instills a desired destiny in her future, closing with the prayer, Great Spirit, may your will be done. The rattle guides us to pray for all the earth, not just for our personal needs. When we offer our prayers for the highest good of all, everything we need is provided for us. The rattle comes to invite you to work with the tools of spirit, but be careful. They are very sharp and can hurt you and others if they are not used mindfully. Set your old tools aside and take up the drawing instruments of spirit. You are consciously stepping into partnership with the divine. This is the time for courageous deeds. Do not let your hesitation get in the way of your expression. The medicine. You want to catch God on the whisper, not on the shout. What you are trying to craft to your own desires and expectations is already there, standing before you. Do not spin the world to your own benefit. You are being offered the Creator's tools, which must be put to use to serve a divine purpose. So if you are thinking about gaining revenge, it might be satisfying in that moment, right? But for how long? We will look at Nemesis, she who avenges. Nemesis, she who avenges, teaches a powerful lesson. Fight poison with poison, and both sides will lose. Revenge may seem the best answer, but carefully consider the outcome. How much of yourself are you willing to lose when faced with someone who has set themselves against you? Even if you wear a mask, you cannot hide from your own actions. Nemesis is the inescapable one who exacts retribution from those who would set themselves above the higher powers. This Nemesis card serves as a caution when drawn. Nemesis asks you to check your motives. Does your need for retribution lead you into a place you may not wish to be? If you have already made a bad choice, don't despair. There isn't anyone who can claim to have never made a poor decision. Moving forward, think about the consequences of your choices. Should your need for punishment fall within the legal purview, let those sworn to justice take over. Do not take matters into your own hands. This is a case of calling on justice. Then stepping back to let the cards fall where they may. Set up firm boundaries to include whatever makes you feel safe. Then let justice prevail. The questions you should ask yourself. Why am I called to this action? How important is it? How will I harm myself by taking revenge? Well, that, Gemini, is your reading. I do hope it was helpful. If it was, please hit the like and subscribe button. And remember, I love you. Have a beautiful day.